Hello everyone, welcome for a new episode of Timeout from Tamriel. Today we are speaking about console because that's a subject that you choose, guys. You voted for that. Finally, we are going to speak about our experience in console, and we will start immediately with Deltia. Timeout?
Oh my God, me right away.
Yeah.
So the console experience has been good. I'm not a console player. I think the last console I owned was PS3, PS2, something like that. I've always been in love with PC games. So I got a PS4 just for this reason, just to play ESO. Not because I really, want to play it full time on the consoles, but just to play it with different people and to experience the game so I can make, videos that are applicable for everyone who's playing the game. So for me personally, stepping on the console for the first time, a couple things I noticed right away. Communication is different. The graphics are different, but something about it feels smoother. So like I just can't put in words exactly how it is, but like I went into Cyrodiil and it worked. Day one pretty much, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could get this on PC without lag and it's actually playable and all that sort of stuff, even with 100 people in there. But the graphics, like I could tell a huge difference in comparison to what my computer can handle. Um, so, and then the thing I'll hammer on the consoles about is it's really, really, really hard to organize events. It feels like a solo MMO, and the fact that like there's no group text chat, so some people don't want to sit in a chat with 50 people talking at once. I know I don't usually. So to get a group of people together to run an event, like you just have to randomly invite them. Or you can send messages, but that just takes it's just so labor intensive. Instead of the usual just type, hey guys, we're gonna go run a PvP event, let's go. So the good though, it does work in Cyrodiil. I really, really like playing PvP. That's actually functional. But that's my 2 cents on the initial impressions of it.
Stick trick.
I think Delty and I are pretty much going to echo each other on a lot of these aspects, and really the first thing that I had noticed when I loaded the game up on the PS4 was the graphics. My rig is by no means the top-end gaming machine out there, but the graphics on the PS4 are so underwhelming compared to my PC that it's almost painful for me to look at. I'm a graphics snob,
Yeah.
I like my games to look good, and coming from running at ultra high textures and graphics at 60 plus FPS down to whatever this is at 30 FPS, it kind of hurts. On the other hand, because everything is normalized, I think Deltia, you mentioned that things are just kind of smoother as an all-around experience, and the fact that everybody's running the same thing on PS4, I think it makes the characters feel a little bit more grounded, and the way they interact with the environment around them and everything seems to just kind of mesh a little bit better than it does on PC. I'm not sure if that if that correlation is correct, but that's what I noticed. As far as gameplay, I'm of mixed thoughts of it on it. Starting a brand new character with Aloha last week, I really enjoyed it. It gave me the time to kind of learn how stuff worked. As far as setting up the skills and using the controller and stuff like that. Using my copied character, however, my Vet 8 Nightblade, I absolutely sucked with it, and I hated playing the character because it just he was running out of resources when he never runs out of resources on the PC. The combat was slow, and part of that, bar swap is horrible. Why do I need to take my hand off of the movement stick to bar swap? It's ridiculous.
I am.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Some aspects of the controls, I like how block and your heavy and light attacks are working. For the most part, I kind of like where which buttons they chose for your skills. I hate where jump's at. I'm always hitting jump instead of
Picking up the box.
yeah. So
Oh yeah, that one.
There's aspects of the controls that work, and there's other aspects that I really wish they would give us the ability to bind the buttons the way we want. And bar swap's the biggest one. Taking my thumb off the movement stick to bar swap, out in PvP, that can be a fight maker or breaker right there, So I don't know, but
okay. Hello.
Yeah, I'm like Sectric with the controller. I'm not a console player. The last console I got was PlayStation 1 with Diablo 1 and Final Fantasy 9, or the Nintendo 64. That's my experience on console. Smash Bros with my kid on Wii doesn't count. Anyway, so the controller, for me, it's a huge issue. It's like I'm a pretty decent player on PC. I would not say I'm like Deltia, king of the king, but I'm okay. And here I feel like an idiot. I cannot move. I'm just like, the first day I was playing, I could not cross a door without falling on the wall. It just could not target anything. And dodge roll, I'm still really have difficulties to dodge roll. So I'm fighting like a crab, always running on the sides to avoid the stuff in advance, because I know that I will not be able to dodge roll in time, because I don't remember this movement doesn't enter in my brain. Anyway, that's just a controller. Other than that, I firstly started to play on my PC, so the PlayStation linked to my PC screen, and there I find the graphics also very disappointing, or there was a very big difference. But when I play it on my television, in the sofa, this is such a new experience. It's like super relaxing, and I love this way of playing the game, where you're in your pillows, in your couch, and you're just playing your little adventure of ESO. Basically what I'm done is mostly crafting and picking flowers and going around, and not fighting so much like I do on PC, because of the controller difficulty, and because it's so relaxing and so smooth that I'm just like, enjoying myself that way. Regarding the communication, I will have plenty of things to say, because I've noticed a big, huge difference between the North American server and the European server in that regard. And I find it very interesting, because it shows that socially and culturally there is a big difference, and voice communication, it's really linked to how to the psychology of the players, and I think it works a lot better on North American server than on European server. So if you are not happy, yes, you want I start immediately to speak about that?
Well, go. You're flown. Segue. Timeout. Segue.
Let's go. So yes, on the European server, the voice chat is dead. It's simple as that. It doesn't work. People do not communicate with each other. I don't know if it will happen at higher level, because I'm only in the low level zone, but you have no one speaking. And this is probably because there are so many different languages, and people are shy, especially as the PlayStation or the console players are sometimes younger than on PC, and so they probably do not know English so well, and they will be more reluctant to speak. Also, you have a lot of young teenagers that are a little bit ashamed because their voice is, not going fine. So yeah, it's something I know a lot of players are avoiding voice chat because of that. And so if voice chat is the only way to communicate, it will need a long time to get people daring to use it. At the moment, they don't dare. Everyone is not leaving the chat, because when you're in the voice chat, you see that everyone is connected, but no one is speaking. It is dead silent. I went on the North American server. I walk in Daggerfall. there was discussion everywhere, and it was polite, it was nice, so it was not idiots playing music or trolling each other. It was, hey, yes, the blacksmith is over there. Oh, thank you, sir, I really appreciate. And it was really great. And when I played on the North American server, I did Dark Encore, and immediately I find a guy who answered me to my little hello. On the European server, no one answered me, and we group up, and immediately we start to chat with each other, and it was great. And we have played together during 1 hour and a half. This guy was 17 years old, so very young, and it was cool.
Like some young boys.
Yeah. It was really nice and smooth and interesting, and I find that it's an opportunity of playing the game completely differently, and that's why I wanted to play on console, to see how it changed the social aspect of MMORPG, because it's so different. And to have this voice chat included, it has many negative sides, like you explained, Deltia, earlier, to organize event, especially the guild chat. That's like, we need a guild chat, a written one. But as it's integrated inside the game itself, if at the moment where people dare to use it, it will be really great to make direct connection. It's very comfortable. So, done with that.
I'll be the other side of that statement. I think it's terrible. And the experience that I've had was, you log in and someone says the N-word 15 times in 5 seconds, and swearing and calling people just idiotic stuff. And the fact that I have to turn it off and on every single time I log into a character is absurd. Yeah. So let's say we're having a guild conversation, and I said, hey, does anyone need a vamp bite? Yeah, okay, I'll give you one. Don't send me a message about vamp bites. So I log off, guess what? I'm out of voice chat. Go back in, guess what? Area chat's back on. You got crazy man over here saying F you, N-word, N-word, N-word. It just was ridiculous. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't send a group message to people without like having to go to their PSN account and send. It's just like, to me, organizing events is painful, and it feels to me, the way I play, like a solo MMO. Like everyone's off leveling and doing their own thing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, where's the grouping involved? I don't like it. I don't like that. Until there's a better way to communicate, text, and just find groups easier and play together, it feels like everyone's just off leveling. And yeah. I mean, I've been through that. It's just not enjoyable for me. I transferred my characters VR14s. No one's a VR14 on consoles. Yes, 100 people have transferred, but, you know, I'm not playing with them. Why? Because I'm playing on the PC. And I think the positives of the console is that people can experience this game that can't afford a computer. People can experience this game who just want to sit on their couch and play ESO solo. And you can play it multiplayer, and PvP is a lot of fun. It actually works, ironically. But it just feels, I'm going to get a lot of flame for this, it feels like ESO Lite. I hate to say it, it does.
It's missing some key stuff, man. So, yeah, that makes sense.
And I know people are going to hate it, but I go on the PC, it moves at 50 frames. I have so much utility. If I want to go craft something on console, I have no map of the crafting locations. I don't have my information all there, like where I can sort through my inventory, find stuff in the bank, find stuff in my guild bank, pull it out, boom, craft in 5 minutes. It's a procedure to craft. It's like a surgery to craft on consoles.
This is because you're used to add-ons. I'm not, and I have no problem.
And I love it because it just makes my life easier. It'd be like driving a car without air conditioning. Yeah, you can be a hipster driving a car without air conditioning. But why? Like, why go camping? I'm one more rant. Why go camping? You're pretending you're poor. We evolved from cavemen. Why not sit in AC? Why not use add-ons? All right.
I want to touch on the text chat thing, you know, with this game on console. It's going to be a good thing for console players. It's going to be a good thing for the franchise and just the overall health of ESO in general, but the lack of text communications is going to be the biggest holdback that's going to keep people from playing this game. If people want to get in and they want to hang out with their friends and they've got more than one, the lack of text chat is just going to hurt. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And I mean, the technology is there. ZeniMax chose not to use it. From what I understand, text chat, the ability to use text chat was in a prior
Yes, they were.
and they took it out.
I don't understand that.
That's bizarre. I mean, give us an option. Why are you holding back? I mean, unless there was some like super huge glitch or something. Why would you hold back the option?
Especially for the guild chat. If you could just send a guild message like "Hello everyone," you should be able to do that. I don't think it would be so annoying. It doesn't need to work like on PC exactly. It can be its own things, but I think it's very important as well to have the text chat, because in guild it's impossible to speak, or almost.
Okay, I want to say one more thing. PvP is fantastic. And this breaks my heart, is that on PC, I have a lag bot robot experience. I go to consoles, yes, it's 30 frames a second, yes, it doesn't look as good as my triple graphics card PC, but it works. 100 v 100, open field, siege, everywhere. Boom, blowing up. It works. Not one bit of lag. What the F? What the F? This made me so mad. Please, for the love of God, make it so the server doesn't blow up on PC. I want the same experience PvP. It's so fun. It works. Like, it works. This is great. But I can't bar swap easily, that's for sure. So that's the good experience that I've had, is PvP is fantastic on the consoles.
Something I would like to add also regarding the console experience in general, I feel like, and this it's a nice summary of the whole discussion. On console, what it feel more like a toy. Everything is pre-made for you. Everything is kind of easy to grasp. You have nothing to set up, including the stream, which is not related to ESO, but related to the console itself. But everything is made so if you have a noob in technique, you can have the game in hand and go very easily and do your stuff. And on PC, it feels more professional, where you can really go deeper. It's more precise. You can add the add-ons if you want and customize your game like you want, but also everything that's surrounding it. Like for instance, on PC you need a TeamSpeak server, you need a forum or whatever. You know, it's a completely different approach of the game, including the metagaming about it, not just the game itself. And so that's why it's so interesting to see how the game will evolve on the console, because the players play differently. They have another mindset than the PC players. We are like tourists going on the console world to see how it goes. We are a kind of explorer, but we are not really genuine console players. And I have discussed with native console player, that's wrong what I'm saying. Well, you got what I mean.
Racist.
I mean, and what they were saying about ESO, that they feel it's weird. It's a weird game because there's so much things to do in group. I say, but yeah, it's MMO. That's the goal. It's to do things together, and that was their reaction to several separate player.
It's so different. It really is. But it's great for the franchise that people can experience this game. But there needs to be room to grow, and to grow, you need communication. I mean, how would it'd be like us not having the ability to write a book, right? And share information. Why would you not have the ability to write a book, to go, here's my experiences. Hey guys, let's get together. It's caveman. Like, it's my number one problem.
It's very important that they develop this, because otherwise the console player will just play the main story and they will stop after that.
They will be done.
Yeah, and they need to continue. For that, they need to be introduced to the group content. There's some streamer that's only stream ESO from console and have never played on PC, and they are like, no, I'm not doing dungeon, this is with other people. I say, well, come on, that's what you will do in endgame. If you don't do that, if you don't try that, you miss out so much of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But it's good for us that we get to experience it and try it out. I mean, for me personally, building builds and information, I had to kind of see what it was all about. And I still like to play with all the console players because some people, one, can't afford it, and some people like the relaxing feel of being on a console, on your couch, and there's something to that, sitting around, firing up ESO. But once again, to my point, I miss my TeamSpeak server. I miss having all my music here. I miss having my second monitor where I can watch Netflix if I'm grinding zombies. I mean, it's the whole reason I pick PC over console. The control. You get to pick everything you want to be in. And the TeamSpeak, the dual monitors, the absolute fantastic graphics. It's the reason I pick PC and why I love PC gaming.
Yeah, and you know, on my side, it's kind of tough because for a long time, my PC gaming was only MMOs, and then all the other gaming I did was on consoles. You know, now, excluding the PlayStation Vita, I've now have had every iteration of PlayStation that was ever, released. I had the original Xbox, I had the 360, I've had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Genesis. I've had them all basically at one point. And all my single player games and stuff like that was always on console, and then I would go to PC for the multiplayer stuff because it works better. And it's kind of sad to see the potential that this game has on console and see it being held back by the fact that you can't play it in a group the way you should be able to.
And the worst part about that is, last thing I'll say, is that they chose not to. I mean, it's bizarre to me. It really is. It's like, give people more options, not less.
Yeah.
But, it's good for the whole community. I mean, so many more people are experiencing this game. So many more people. I can't imagine if I couldn't afford my PC. And let's say I am younger, because yes, some console players are younger. Not all of them. It's not a generalization. If I was 13 years old on a summer vacation and this game was available to me,
this is awesome. Yeah.
Bonkers! I would go bananas playing this. A million hours a week. Oh my god, it's a blast.
Yeah.
But Aloha, final thoughts.
Well, I think that we need to discuss about this in 6 months because it's something so new that we need to see how the community evolve, how the players start to play, because human is intelligent and so he's supposed to adapt himself. He's supposed to adapt itself to new situation. How the players will adapt to this new way of communicating and on playing together. That I'm curious to see from even a social or ethnologist point of view. It's really, really interesting. Anyway.
All right, so
next week. No choice, guys. Next week we are speaking about the new content, about all the announcements that we will have. Starting the 13th July, we will have news about what's coming. Imperial City, you want to know about that, and we want to discuss about that.
I am so excited for Imperial City. I've been waiting for a year and a half, ever since I've heard about this. I mean, give me a bit of this. I mean, small group PvP, a whole new aspect of the game. I think this is going to be huge for the game, and I'm going to be living on a PTS.
Absolutely, and I've got a sneaking suspicion this announcement with Imperial City may have some other stuff that we aren't expecting as well. So totally looking forward to it.
Surprise finger.
Yes. Bye bye everyone. See you next time.
Bye bye.